The European journey of Albanian teams has officially ended yesterday, with only two officially making into the Conference League phase, which is Drita of Jagiellonia from Kosovo and Shkëndija of Tetova from North Macedonia. And they knew their opponents today in the Conference League phase draw that happened today. But before going there, we're going to talk about the last team from Albania that got eliminated yesterday, which was Dinamo City, in which, to be honest, their performance during this journey, they absolutely smashed it. Reaching the playoffs after 15 years since the last time they were in the European qualification rounds. It's actually a huge dub for Ilir Daya and Dinamo City overall, and certainly to be proud of. And they could have done a lot more. They could have, and this is the opportunity to learn from the mistakes during that journey, so that next season, not only Dinamo but also Albanian teams, the four teams that we are gonna introduce next season to European stage in the qualifying rounds, do even better than this new season. So talking about yesterday, I mean, Dinamo had a very shaky defense, and they could have done way better. But also in that game yesterday, we gotta talk about a serious topic, which is the refereeing. Like, as you guys can see right here, we have a referee from Georgia by the name of Golka Ikachishvili, and his assistants, except the video assistant referee, which is from Scotland. Familiar face, especially the referee of Ignatia's away game in the third round of Conference League with Olympia Ljubljana. Like that referee of Georgia, yeah, that Georgian ref was an absolute amateur, bro. Like, I don't get it. There was even a not discussable penalty, bro. That was a literal penalty in that moment where even VAR should have intervened. But no, VAR was like, nah. And the Georgian ref was like, nah, continue the game. Continue the game. And of course, the last few minutes before the game would end, there was a scrap between Dinamo City players and, Jagiellonia players. And of course, there were yellow cards, as expected. And also Jagiellonia fans, trying to be, the toughs and everything. Especially what they did when they arrived here with the national monument of our national hero Skanderbeg in the middle of Tirana, and the fact that there was no police to arrest these absolute disgusting people that did this outrageous act. And they did the arrest only of those fans who literally went after the game. The fans of Tirana and Partizani, to go and chase the Jagiellonia fans, because the Jagiellonia fans, that's why in the thumbnail I titled them as the biggest clown in Poland, because they were running typical like chickens. They were running like chickens. And the Tirana fans and Partizani fans, they made the Jagiellonia fans stay here like hell, like pure hell. And they Jagiellonia fans realized that what they did, vandalizing our national heroes monument in the middle of Tirana, was a big step in the red line, that they should have never done it. And of course, the police, they arrested the people that were chasing the Jagiellonia fans. Absolute stupid by our police. And it shows once again that our state is cooked. But overall, about our teams, I would say it's not a bad performance overall, except Ignatia, that they had the golden opportunity to make it to the league stage of a Conference League. And lastly, I would say they didn't do bad. I mean, they did show up, but still the defense was a bit shaky, especially against the Bikingur away game. Like that last few minutes were crazy, man. How their defense literally bottled this, man. I just don't get it. And then Dinamo City, of course, like I said, a historical playoff, European competition. So I really hope Dinamo do it again, of course, with a great manager like Ilir Daya. And the biggest disappointment, it has to be Partizani, man. Like, especially in the second leg where Skuka had the biggest chance to seal the game off, but yeah, he did the Manai-esque penalty, and Kalju went through. In terms of other teams, I mean, Malisheva, there's no further comments about what happened in Iceland after that 9-0 defeat, bro. That was even more insane that Ignatius defeat to Breidablik like 5-0, bro. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to Albanian teams in European competitions. And now, in the second part of the video, we're going to talk about the two remaining Albanian teams in the Conference League phase for Drita and Shkëndija. Big congratulations for the two teams. Absolutely historic and absolutely great and big achievement for the two teams, especially for Shkëndija, for literally trying and trying and trying, but they finally have done it, especially that win against FCSB. It was very, very huge for them. And for Drita, I mean, they started off with Diverdange of Luxembourg and they finished it off with 2 wins against the same side in the playoffs for the Conference League. And the draw for the league phase has happened today. And as you guys can see in the screen, uh, you have the games that the two teams are gonna have during the league phase. We're gonna start off with Shkëndija's home games against Slova Bratislava, a very good one, and then Jagiellonia. That is a big, huge of a game for Shkëndija, and I do believe they can absolutely make it against Jagiellonia and against Shelburne of Ireland. And then away, they're gonna face Rayo Vallecano, a very tough game against Rayo Vallecano. And then they have Drita in Pristina. Like, man, that game is gonna be fully packed, man. Just an absolute joy to watch these two teams play. Let the best team win, man. Win in Pristina. And then the last game away is going to be against AEK Larnaca in Cyprus. And let me tell you, man, the Cyprus teams, especially Paphos, have been cooking in this new season in European competitions. And then let's go to Drita. Their home game starts with AZ Alkmaar, a very tough game for them. But Drita have proved, especially against Feyenoord when Arne Slot was in charge, that they can, they can actually do it. And then they have Omonia of Cyprus, yet another, Cyprus team, and Shkëndija of, like I mentioned, in Pristina. And then away games, just like Shkëndija, they have Rayo Vallecano, and after Rayo Vallecano, they have Kups from Finland, and they finish it off just like Shkëndija, but this time away in Ireland against Shelburne. So yeah, everything's possible for two of our remaining Albanian teams to get as many points as possible. But yeah, man, very, very big congratulations for the two teams, and hope, and I really hope they get as much points as they can. I really hope so. And the last part for this video, like, everyone, do I even have to say anything about this same list? Just like in June, even in September, there's no new faces in the Albanian national team list that just got published today in the morning by Sylvinho. Uh, you can see only returnees, like basically two. Adrian Bayrami, who is having a good time in Switzerland, and like I don't even understand Sylvinho with goddamn Daisinani as the third goalkeeper. Like, he literally had a terrible time during the European qualifying rounds with Egnatia, especially that second leg game against Breidablik in Iceland, where Egnatia were just a ghost team, especially Daisinani, and they could have easily conceded like 6 or 7 goals. Like, seriously, if I was the Albanian manager, I would have picked Edil Berisha. I don't care. Edil Berisha is having a great time at Haken. Like, seriously, easy choice for me. And seriously, Sylvinho, where is Arda Khan Kurtulan? Lindon Selaj, who just joined Julian Sheu's team, Lodz in Poland. Christian Spendi, literally, the man who is literally interested by Italian teams, especially Serie A teams. Steven Spendi, Anis Mehmeti, who just started off with good matches with Bristol City. Jason Tseka. Like, what about the new recruits that we need to have, especially on the wings? Like I just mentioned, Artao Kankutlan, Jason Tseka, Brian Gruda, Dian Dramai, Nelson Viper, and so on. And that just, makes it for serious literal explanation that our federation is in the mud, is in complete mud. Like the department for scouting, the department of talents, and of course the man himself, the Kim Young of president of our federation. They're literally finito, man. The only man who's literally doing everything to, talk to the players, showing efforts, is our under 21s coach Alban Bushi, in which I literally respect him. He's doing his work to literally convince players to literally join the under 21s, right? And you have the rest, like the Department of Talents, the Department of Development, the technical director Fulvio Pea, who's just a nobody. He's just a ghost. His CV is absolutely rubbish, and he literally just takes his wage and literally does nothing. He should be gone, man. And not only him, but also those people who are in charge and work at the Department of Talents and Scouting, because they are doing a horrible job, man. Like, seriously, man, we cannot even compare ourselves with our brothers in Kosovo. Like, Kosovo literally got two good recruitments for the national team. Bendin Hoxha and the latest one, Leon Abdullah, after a big battle with Switzerland. And by the way, they have the first game against Switzerland away for the first match in the World Cup qualifiers in their group. So that just shows a lot that Agi Madeni, the president of the Kosovan Federation, has a bigger pull than Kim Jong Duka, man. It's insane, man. In what mud state is our federation, man? It's absolutely insane. And in terms of two games like Sylvinho, I wouldn't be surprised that even with the most poorest, performance, we get like a 1-0 or, 2-0 win against Gibraltar. And I wouldn't even be surprised at all if we get another draw, in which, by the way, if that happens, that would be the 7th draw in our history of our matches against Latvia. But Sylvinho doesn't know that we need to win against Latvia so that we can continue fighting until we stay in that second position in our group. But of course, Sylvinho doesn't care. He doesn't care, man. He doesn't care at all, man. He needs to go. And there's a lot of replacements better than Sylvinho. And we need an actual coach who actually cares about the team. And not, picking players like Asani and Mane who have just been a ghost for the national team, especially Mane with that horrendous penalty against our enemies back in June. But yeah, everyone, that's pretty much going to be it for this today's video. Hope you stick until the end. Be sure to like, share with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. I'm almost at 50 subscribers, and let's achieve the goal of reaching 1,000 subscribers until the end of the year 2025. Don't forget to also follow my other socials, especially Twitch, in which I'm going to come back to streaming. But have a good day, everyone. See you in the next video.